right, we're going live. The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Kickoff, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Ginny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, D-Rail Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrax Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field, Girard, Kansas, for tonight's Kansas Class 3A high school football matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Galena Bulldogs. I'm Josh Lettner, alongside me Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod, and we are ready to bring you what should be a pretty good ball game against a couple of very physical squads. Girard coming into the game 2-0 on the season. Galena 1-1 with a lopsided victory over Riverton and a tough loss last week to Quapaw. We'll talk a little bit about that as we move on through the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. But before we get too deep into it, we do want to let you know that tonight's broadcast is presented by Kickoff, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas, with Kickoff. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Kickoff has to offer at ckt.net. And we do want to let you know that our pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, guys, it's going to be a good one here tonight. It's a beautiful night for football in Girard. It's been pretty warm today, but it's going to cool off as the sun moves down towards the horizon. And we got a couple of pretty physical teams. Galena and Girard seem to always match up pretty well physically, no matter what sport we're playing. And it doesn't look like tonight's game is going to be much different.
No, Galena made the road trip up here to Girard tonight. You're right, Josh. Galena's, historically speaking, will just come out and punch you in the mouth. So we'll see if, I assume our Trojans will absorb the blow and fight right back. And my money's on Girard tonight.
Well, I'm shocked, Jess. I got to say, I'm just absolutely shocked that your money's on Girard here tonight. But the Trojans are looking pretty good at 2-0 with a not so pretty win over Columbus 2015 in week 1, and then a more lopsided victory over St. Mary's Colgan here last week in a game in which it was a very physical game, and probably a good tune-up for this one if the Trojans didn't get dinged up too bad in that one. But both two teams that like to run the football, a lot of misdirection, a lot of who's got it sort of running attack, and so it should be an entertaining one to watch, and the clock should largely keep moving.
Yeah, the wind's blowing pretty good tonight too, Josh. I was down on the field earlier, and I asked Philpott if the wind's going to be a factor, and he kind of gave me that Philpott grin and said, not if we don't have to pass it, Murph.
Well, that's kind of tipping his hand there. Yep. You know, Coach would like to just keep it on the ground as much as possible, and we'll see how this one plays out. We'll take our first break, come back, take a look at some of the matchups going on around the area tonight, talk over our keys to the game, get to the starting lineups as we move closer to the opening kickoff tonight. It's the Trojans and the Bulldogs on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field, getting set for kickoff of tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Galena Bulldogs. Let's take a look at some of these matchups going on around the area. Baxter Springs is on the road at Afton, Oklahoma tonight. That'll be a tough one for Baxter. They're kind of having a good year this year, Jess, off to a 2-0 start, but they're going to be tested tonight down in Oklahoma. If nothing else, just because those Oklahoma schools get that extra 2 weeks of practice at the beginning of the year.
They're a whole month ahead of Kansas.
Yeah, so that'll be a tough one tonight for Baxter Springs. Wellsville takes on Burlington tonight, so Wellsville's still undefeated. Burlington's going to have the work cut out for them there. Chanute hosts Tonganoxie. That'll be a good one in Chanute. They're undefeated. They had a big win over Pittsburgh High last week, so it'll be a good game there as well. Columbus is at Coffeyville, so that'll be a tough one. Just running down the list here because I was telling you earlier I left all of my notes at home, so we're just kind of winging this. Of course, we got tonight's game, which I think, just looking at the schedule, tonight's game, Girard-Galena, that's the premier game, especially in Southeast Kansas, if not in all of Class 3A. These two teams both expected to kind of make a run at the playoffs this year. So this is probably, by wins and losses and strength of both squads, probably the best game in Southeast Kansas. Neotiche's at Humboldt tonight. That's going to be a good one for Scott at Independence. Parsons, undefeated this year, takes on Iola, and Parsons had a barn burner, as you might expect, last week against Labette County. Gave up 28 points to Labette County, but still able to come out with the win there. And they're taking on Iola tonight. Keep scrolling. Frontenac is at Kansas City Bishop Ward High School, so a trip up to the metro area tonight for the Raiders. That'll be a tough one as well. Osawatomie's at Prairie View. That's going to be a good one. Prairie View kind of struggling this year. They graduated a lot of kids. Cherryvale's at Blue Stem. Baldwin's at Lewisburg. I think some of those teams are on our sister, not stations. What do you call them? Sister YouTube channels?
We'll call them stations. That's
yeah,
a good
sure,
word.
Sister stations, sure.
I think that works.
Yeah, it's kind of quaint. Labette County's at Pittsburgh High tonight. Both of those teams kind of looking for their first win, and it's really unusual that Pittsburgh High is sitting at 0-2 at this point in the season, so they're going to try and bounce back under new head coach Josh Latimer. So I heard his interview on the way over, and these kids looking for their first win of the season. So a lot of good games going on around the area tonight, but we're glad that tuned in to watch this one. If you couldn't make it here, one last one, St. Paul's at Yates Center tonight, so keep an eye on that one. We'll step away for another break. We come back, we'll take a look at the keys to the game as we get closer to starting lineups and opening kick from here in Girard. Trojans and Bulldogs coming up. You're watching Girard football on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Girard, Kansas, getting set for kickoff tonight between the Trojans of Girard and the Bulldogs of Galena. Trojans coming in 2-0. Galena 1-1 on the season. They had a tough loss last week to Quapaw. And Jess, we're getting ready to talk the keys of the game, but I think this is going to play a role. Dawson Mooney, the senior running back for Galena, was injured early on in that game against Quapaw. And I don't know if you got a chance to watch it on Galena Sports Live, but I did a little bit of homework this week. First time ever. And
bragger.
Yeah. That game was about 4 plays made the difference in that game. Galena had a high snap past the punter that came out to be a safety. They turned it over on downs inside the 10-yard line. And then penalties. I mean, 3 or 4 penalties here and there just absolutely killed the Bulldogs. And so you know Coach Sarwinski's talking about that with his team, and they're probably going to come in here pretty focused tonight here in Girard.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Sarwinski just a few brief moments, and if anybody knows Bo, he's kind of a man of short words anyway, especially to maybe an opposing broadcast team. But he did give me he told me the Mooney kid was hurt. He didn't say for how long, but he assumed it was a substantial injury. But he thought his boy's playing tough. He likes his team. And on the other side of that, I give you a little, Philpott, give me that Philpott smile and wink. And I assume his game plan tonight is going to be a ground and pound type of attack. But the keys to the game, Josh, like I say, in this wind and this little heat, is win the trenches. Be physical. Looks like the numbers are going to be in our favor again. I've said it numerous times. Our reserves would start on a lot of Southeast Kansas teams, so use that to our advantage, and the subs in, subs out, and play by numbers, and just by the fourth quarter we'll run it down their throat kind of during like we did against Colgan.
Well, the old saying, I've heard it several times this week on the NFL coverage, is that fatigue makes cowards of us all, and if you don't have enough bodies to run in and out of a game by the time you get down to the fourth quarter, just short arming a tackle or not going all out for a reception or trying to arm tackle somebody rather than move your feet, that's the difference between winning and losing.
Right, and like you said with the penalties, is when you get tired, it's easier to grab a hold of that defensive tackle coming by you as it is to stay up underneath his shoulder pads and drive him out of the way.
All right, so those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right vehicle for their family. Stop by and see them at the intersections of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. We'll take our final break. Well, not our final break, the pre-final break here in the Community Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll be back, talk starting lineups as we move closer to kickoff here tonight between the Trojans and the Bulldogs. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself, when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athlete.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans just took the field. Got to hear a little bit of that as we came back on the air. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups for this game. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. Jess, I know you got the wrong contacts in, so I'll take care of
Thank
these,
you.
okay? Starting lineups here tonight. First off for the Girard Trojans, they'll start 6'5", senior quarterback Luke Nigaman, 5'7", senior running back Bo Harris, 6 foot senior running back Ethan Davidson, and then the tailback will be 6 foot senior Alex Kester. At wide receiver, 6 foot senior Caleb Scales. At tight end, 6'4" sophomore Scott Moore. And then up front along the line, senior Eric Williams, senior Justin Ferguson, senior Cordell Searman, junior Caleb Combs, and senior Ryan Jarboe. For the Galena Bulldogs, at quarterback, number 2, junior Zane Turner. He will be toting the ball quite a bit here tonight because he's playing without his senior tailback Dawson Mooney. That means some more action tonight for the pair of tailbacks, Hayden Qualls, sophomore, number 20, and number 23, Tyson Garrison, also a senior. They'll be getting a lot more action here tonight. At wide receiver, number 3, sophomore Jack Perry.
Performed by the GHS Reflections.
And then up front, senior Ty Hall. That's not me, folks. That is not me. Junior Casey Hopkins, senior Matthew Ramos, senior Kobe Myers, senior Isaiah Dunaway, and junior Devin Hetty. We'll take a break here for the national anthem. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field. especially for those that are stuck, well, out standing in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere, and of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard, and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field, getting set for kickoff as the team's getting ready to play here. Galena a little slow coming onto the field, out of the locker rooms.
Probably an inspirational speech going on.
The long-winded and inspirational speech.
Those are the best, though, aren't they?
Got to win one.
You got to know when to wrap it up,
right?
You know, put a bow on it.
No pun intended.
And then they just run over the referee coming in. No hard feelings, guys. That might result in a couple extra flags, maybe.
We hope.
As it gets set for the coin toss, an interesting thing took place up in Topeka this week. For those of you who may not pay attention to the inner workings of CASHA.
New CASHA ruling.
Yeah, the Kansas Board of Education narrowly voted 6-4 in favor of a proposal from CASHA to allow them to add the words "and other means" to their classification system. 3 words that make a big difference, because right now all schools in Kansas, their classification is based only on the number of students enrolled.
On count day.
Right. And by adding the words "and other means," that's allowed them to add what would be a competition multiplier for private schools and parochial schools, which would mean that if a school, say, at Class 2A had been extremely successful for years and years and years, not going to name any names, but they would then be moved up to the next higher classification. So if they had repeatedly won state championships in Class 2A, the multiplier would move them up to Class 3A. Or if they had won championships at Class 4 or 5A, say, then they would move up to Class 6A. Now, this still has to be approved by the Kansas legislature. So there is that final slip between the cup and the lip. But encouraging. What do you guys think about that?
It is well overdue,
Yeah.
Josh. I believe that private schools should either, I enjoy this. My recommendation to our Acacia board member for years was just make a private school classification. I don't care if they're 2A or 5A. They play their own classification.
That's a little extreme,
Well,
Jess. I mean, you'd have Colgan going up against St. Thomas Aquinas.
Good.
I'm not really certain. Delightfully biased. But it is encouraging. That's one thing that Acacia's taken care of. It's only needed to happen for about 30 years now, and finally getting around to it.
So contact your local legislator.
I would say next up, if I had while you're at it, guys, why don't you change the practice rules so that teams in Kansas can practice the same amount of time as teams in Missouri and Oklahoma? So by the time these kids are seniors, the kids from Missouri and Oklahoma who are trying to get into college to play football don't have an extra year of practice over kids from Kansas.
Very passionate about that rule.
I mean, you're putting our kids at a competitive disadvantage when they try to move on to the next level of academic or athletic competition. I mean, simple as that.
Yeah, like you just said. I mean, the kids in Kansas football players have had 1 year less, basically.
By the time they're seniors.
By the time they're seniors, of 1 year less football knowledge, for lack of a better term, than the surrounding states.
And why do teams like Galena have a hard time beating teams like Quapaw? Well, Quapaw's got 2 more weeks of practice on them than Galena does coming into the ballgame. So it's a disadvantage. So they need to take care of that. Oh, and that NFHS contract, that should go away too. I mean,
While we're at it.
If we're going to give them exclusive rights to cover the playoffs, they ought to cover the playoffs instead of just cherry picking what they want and then leaving people high and dry.
All right,
But,
Josh.
off my soapbox.
Yep, you want me to tell you what happened on the
What happened on the coin toss, Jess?
Well, Galena called it because they're the visiting team, and they called it correctly, but they deferred the ball to the second half, so the Trojans will receive the opening kickoff, and they will be going from left to right on our screen.
One thing to keep an eye on, Luke Nigaman took an awkward and hard hit towards the end of that Colgan game and wasn't quite as mobile in the fourth quarter of that one. We'll see how he's moving around here tonight for the Trojans, see if they try and protect him, getting the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, he did say during the week that he was having some trouble. It was his hip flexor, I believe. But he said he did some stretches before the game and was loose enough. He said he was going to try and tough it out, and I think that's exactly what everyone wants him to do.
I hear hips are a huge part of running, so hopefully
maybe he can just throw the ball all night.
Yeah, hand it off.
He's got 2 of them.
3 if you count Bo.
Right.
Just means he's got 2 hips.
Right.
Weird dead duck sort of kickoff there. It's going to be picked up at about the 21-yard line. Kester has it. He's across the 25, 30, trying to hit the edge. He does. Rounds the corner at the 40. Steps out of bounds at the Trojan 42-yard line. Good field position for Girard here on this opening drive.
Flag, Josh. Got a flag.
Look, going to be holding against the Trojans, and it's going to be a spot foul.
Good return in Hart, though.
And that's going to back him way up. That's going to end up costing him about 25 yards here. Maybe more. We'll see when they step it off.
Maybe running over the refs didn't help us.
The ball would have been at the 42. They're going to spot it back at
16.
The 16-yard line. So, yeah, loss of better than 20 yards. And the Trojans will start out 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line at the 11:51 mark of the first quarter. Handoff goes right up the middle to Kester. He's going to pick up a couple of hard-earned yards up to about the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, it looks like Devin Hetty, junior linebacker for Galena, stepped up, filled the hole real well.
Number 11, Tyler Little.
Tyler Little also in on the tackle there, right in the middle of that Galena defense. They've got 8 men in the box right now against the Trojans. And there it is to Kester again, and Trojans trying to run in a phone booth right now, and Kester able to pick up about 4 yards there up to the 23-yard line, make it the 24-yard line.
Well, as we said before the game, Dawson Mooney, the kid who was injured in Quapaw, he is also a linebacker for Galena, so I think Philpott might be trying to attack that right now, although you can never know. Philpott has his ways.
Who's to know what goes on in the mind? Nigaman under center, looking at about a 3rd and 3. Hand off to Kester again, spins off a tackle, fights forward, and he's going to have first down yardage, but man, it's close, and it took that extra effort.
Yeah, Galena hit him in the backfield. Alex was able to spin away from initial contact and gain another couple yards to get that first down.
And that's the beauty of our running backs. They are able to avoid contact at any fall and then fall forward at any time also.
First and 10 for the Trojans from the 33-yard line. Kester still in the backfield behind Nigaman. Scales the receiver to the near side. Handoff again right up the middle to Kester. Fights forward. He's going to have about 4 yards.
That's Devin Hetty again with the inside linebacker position. Just, I think he's filling that hole.
I think I'm going to need another sheet for Kester's carries here. I thought that last time, though, too. So
he'll break one eventually.
Yeah, we'll see.
I have faith.
Well, I'm not good at math, but I do know what 4 times 3 equals.
That's 12.
First down.
First down.
They'll put Ethan Davidson in motion. He gets the ball, gets around the corner, out across the 40-yard line to about the 41. That'll be enough for a first down for the Trojans. A gain
Good enough for a Trojan.
of about 7 on the play, 8.
I think that's a big play to start off. About 8 yards, and it tells Galena that we're not just going to run inside. We're going to change things up.
Yep, Trojans have run 5 plays and 2 first downs, and all 5 plays have been on the ground.
3 wide receivers in this set. The snap. This time keeps it himself. Nigaman, he's off to the races, off across the 35, brought down at, we'll call it the 30-yard line. Big gain there.
Yeah, Zane Turner had to track him down from the free
Call
safety
that a gain
position.
at 25.
Yeah, it didn't look on that run like his hip flexor hurt him.
Yeah, he looked pretty fluid there.
The adrenaline's hitting him, I think.
First and 10 for the Trojans from the 30-yard line. This drive started back on their own 16. This is the 7th play of the drive. Handoff goes to Kester. Fights forward right into the chest of the defender, Tyler Little. And he's going to pick up 3 yards on the play.
Brings up 2nd down and 7.
Tyler Little. That's a funny name for a kid who's 6'5".
Yeah. You gotta, it's almost just automatic that if your name's Little or Tiny or something, you're going to be a big dude.
Tyler Ginormous.
Yeah.
And 71 Dunaway on the tackle.
Twins to the near side here. Kind of a delayed handoff to Kester, and Galena snuffed that one out. A bunch of white jerseys blow the whistle. And
Kester on the carry.
Kester may have lost a yard there.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, it didn't look like the delay fooled anyone on that play.
Yeah, it might have been a little miscommunication in the Trojan backfield there.
Yeah, that hand exchange between the quarterback and the tailback did not look clean. So 3rd down and long now for the Trojans. Their first 3rd and long of the ball game. See what Coach Philpott chooses to do here. Might be 4-down territory, Jess.
I hope.
In this part of the field. So you got 2 plays here probably to get this if you're the Trojans. Nigaman with the give. Ball's on the ground, and it's recovered by Nigaman. Again, that exchange wasn't the cleanest. Bring up about a 4th and 7 here.
Brings up 4th down.
I think it's 4th down territory.
Yeah. So who do you give that yard to there?
I give it to Luke.
Team.
Fortune.
Yeah. Bounce.
Got him.
That's a free 5.
Yep.
Galena just a little bit jumpy there up across that defensive front, knowing that they're trying to get in that Trojan backfield. That's your senior quarterback there with the hard count. Good job of the Trojan offensive line to stay disciplined and stay in their stances.
Very good discipline.
And now that 4th and 2, much more manageable.
Yeah, it makes 4th and 2 a lot easier.
A lot more plays for a 4th and 2 than a 4th and 7, I'm sure.
I like Kester.
Bit more of a big formation here. Nigeman keeping himself off tackle. Big seam there up the middle of the defense. He gets upended at about the 5-yard line. Call it the 6-yard line. First down, Trojans.
Looks like they're going to go quick here. See something they like on the
gain of
defensive
15
line.
on the play for Nigeman. He's got 40 yards rushing just on this opening drive. Handoff goes to Kester right up the middle, fighting, battling, right down to the goal line. We'll call it about the 1-yard line.
Down to the 2-yard line.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Who do you think they go with here?
Just same play.
Twice.
Keep doing it until it works.
Yep. If it's not broke, let's not fix it.
Well, Nebraska won how many championships when everybody knew exactly what they were going to do? Kester fighting forward. Just kind of gets good job by Galena going low and stopping that drive by the offensive line. They sniffed that one out. Stop it for no gain. Trojans might have gained 6 inches on that play.
What do you think? Same play?
I don't know. You got a wide side of the field here. You got a lot of room. The end zone shrinks the field pretty good. Advantage defense. They can stack all 11 in the box. Let's just see. Maybe we outspeed them to the outside. Or run it up the middle. One of the
Or quarterback keeper right up the gut. Nigeman waiting for a block. Tries to lean forward. I don't think he got there, but he's right at the line. When he turned his back, I think he kind of surrendered the initiative there, and the nose of the ball is right on the goal line.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
4th and goal here for the Trojans. This is a big play. Now, Galena last week against Quapaw, like I mentioned earlier, turned it over on downs inside the 10-yard line. Now, they didn't turn it over on downs inside the 1-yard line.
That would have been the Broncos Monday night.
Whew.
I don't think you get fancy here, though. I mean, either way, they're going to either have bad field position or you're going to get a touchdown. So,
I agree, Daryl.
Fake the handoff, and Nigeman's going to walk in untouched. Touchdown, Trojans. A 1-yard touchdown carry by Luke Nigeman gives the Trojans an early 6-0 lead. Garrett Humble on to attempt the point after.
looks like the 2 previous plays were able to suck the Galena defense inside, and Luke pulled it. Touchdown. Easy walk-in.
And a physical drive by the Trojans, to say the least, as they just dominated Galena physically down the field. Humble's kick is up, and they're going to say no good.
Looks like it went wide right.
A tough break there. Trojans lead at 6-0 early. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans getting set to kick this one off. They lead at 6-0. Jess, Give us that drive summary.
Yeah, Trojans marched down the field, took almost 4 minutes off the clock on a 14-play, 4 first downs, 1 penalty for the Galena Bulldogs that ends in Trojans 6 points.
Luke Nigeman on that drive, 4 carries, 42 yards, and the touchdown. And it's a long end-over-end kick. Going to be fielded by Zane Turner. He's the Galena quarterback. Quick kid, hard to bring down, and here we see it on the kick return. It's a foot race now. Turner down the sidelines. Trojans not very good in the kick coverage, and Turner's going to make them pay when one play ties it up 6-6 after a 95-yard kickoff return.
Yeah, just Trojans kind of got sucked up there. He just took it kind of right up the middle, right in the heart of our coverage, and then broke it to the outside, and Girard Humble just couldn't catch him.
Kind of looked like we broke our lines and got out of the way. And
good blocking up front that time, and Galena's going to need, I think, those kind of plays if they want to win here tonight. They're going for 2. Tried to take the lead here, and in the backfield along with Turner is Tyler Little, and when Little's in the game, it's usually a run, and the Trojans stuff that one and preserve the tie here, 6-6. They deny Galena the 2-point conversion. Lots of fireworks here early. We're tied at 6. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Things kind of got quiet here at Frank Jameson Field. Zane Turner answers back after a 6-play, 14 play touchdown drive by the Trojans. He comes back on the kickoff with a 95-yard kickoff return. Trojans stop him on the 2-point attempt, so we're tied at 6 here with 4:03 to play, first quarter. Anthony Gongora set to kick off for Galena. Fielded by Alex Kester. Has some blockers in front of him. Out across the 40. He finally hauled down from behind. Good pursuit that time. That was number 50, Devin Heddy. Chased him down from behind, the junior.
He's all over the field right now.
And Trojans have pretty good field position out at the 43-yard line. No flags.
Well, you know, even though they returned the kickoff, at least we get to see the Trojan offense right again. That's I guess an upside to it.
And when you're working against a team, a lot of these guys for Galena are playing both ways. And the Trojans don't have very many guys going both ways. And so when that's the case and your offense gets to put together some long drives, you can really take a toll on a team. I guess if you got to find the silver lining here, that would be it. Goes to Ethan Davidson out across the 50, 45, turns the corner, pushed out of bounds at about the 42-yard line, and another big hitter on the ground for this Girard ground attack.
First down.
Yeah, just a little option play to the left. They did a good job of sealing that defensive end into the inside, and that had wide open for Davidson to cut it upfield.
Call it a 14-yard run for Ethan Davidson.
Both of these teams are just throwing punches.
Yeah.
It's the kind of Friday night you want to see.
Davidson in motion again. The handoff goes straight up the middle and hit hard. Was Adam Shireman. Call it a pickup of a hard-earned yard there.
22, Adam Shireman.
Yeah, Shireman took the whole full speed and met, I'm pretty sure that was the little kid from Galena who just said, "You're not coming any further."
2 brings up second down and 8.
Second down and 8 now for the Trojans. Nickerman back to pass. Has a man on the outside. Catch made by Caleb Scales. And he'll have a Trojan first down out to the 21-yard line.
It looked like on that play, Galena was playing like a 3-deep covered scheme. Caleb stomped right in the middle of the zone. Perfect curl route. Easy pickup of a first down.
Yeah, kind of soft coverage there. They're going to give us 7, 8, 9 yards of pass attempt. That'll be pretty easy.
As long as we keep catching it.
Handoff goes inside to Scales again. He's wrapped up fairly quickly. Ball's out. They're going to say he was down. Somebody lost a shoe as well. Scales.
Shireman.
I'm sorry, Shireman, yep. And Kester back into the game to spell him while he gets his shoe situation sorted.
4 brings up second down and 6.
Got 4 yards on the play, though. Brings up a second down and 6. Taking down around 2 minutes to play here, first quarter. Handoff goes to Kester off the left side, spins off another tackle, and he's out close to another Trojan first down. And it is a first down inside the 10-yard line.
You know, Murphy talked about winning the trenches before the game. We haven't seen much of Galena's offensive line, but right now it looks like Trojans are in firm hold of that.
Yeah, but we haven't really called a name of a Galena D lineman to boys down up front for the Trojans, just cleaning house. Linebackers have to make every play for the Bulldogs.
First and goal here for the Trojans from the 8-yard line after the 12-yard gain by Kester. Here's a snap, quick toss near side. Ethan Davidson gets undercut at about the 8-yard line. No gain on the play there for the Trojans.
And that was Hetty again for Galena, making the tackle.
Brings up a second and goal from the 8.
And Hetty for Galena. Brings up second down.
The Trojans are winning the time of possession battle, that's for sure. If they're not winning the scoreboard, at least they're winning that one.
Had the ball all but like 16 seconds.
As long as it takes to run 95 yards.
And break 1 or 2 tackles.
Yeah. Quick pitch, the outside. This is Bo Harris. Makes a man miss. Spins inside the 5. Dives for the goal line. Touchdown, Trojans. What an effort by Bo Harris in that last 5 yards to find the goal line.
Yeah, did a great job there. Put a cut on that D-back for Galena and spun into the end zone.
Wasn't the exact same play, but nearly the same exact play, just to Bo this time, and he's able to make a defender miss. Blocks get out there. Easy touchdown for Bo.
Trojans try and convert the extra point here. The kick is up, and it is good. Girard leading at 13-6. With 43 seconds left to play, first quarter, we'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Trojans put together another long, time-consuming drive to take the 13-6 lead on a 8-yard touchdown run by Bo Harris. Jess, what's the drive summary?
Yeah, just a little bit over 3 minutes right there to go. 7 plays. They run the ball 6 times, threw it 1 time to take the lead 13-6.
High end-over-end kick going to be fielded once again by Zane Turner. See if the Trojans do a better job of catching him this time. And they're going to get him down at around the 30-yard line. We'll see Galena's offense for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, I think the special team's a little more adamant about making a tackle there.
Galena, one of those teams, Jess, they'll spread you out. They'll line up in the shotgun. It looks like almost a traditional passing formation, but they just run out of it left and right and run a lot of the same type of motion and misdirection that the Trojans will run. There's a snap. Handoff straight ahead. Big lick there from Ethan Brooks to finish that one off. But a solid first down run by Hayden Qualls. Picks up about 6 yards.
Yeah, Jade Norris there stood him up from the linebacker position, and Ethan Brooks comes in and lays a hammer.
So we got 10 seconds left in the first quarter, and Galena, that was their first offensive play of the ball game.
Yeah, I'd say these Trojan defense is hungry to hit somebody.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Trojans lead at 13-6, an active first quarter. The Trojans had some impressive drives. Galena with a 95-yard kick return. And it's time to move on to the second quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans lead at 13-6 after one quarter, and very different experience in that first quarter, depending upon which color jersey you're wearing, Jess.
Yeah, Trojans dominate time of possession, like you said. I have the Galena Bulldogs having the ball for roughly 30 seconds.
Yeah, we've only seen their offense twice, though, so.
And here we are, quick hitter to the outside. That's Little, makes a man miss, and then is brought down by a host of Trojans out there on the outside.
Little quick hitter there to catch Little in the flat.
Caleb Scales in on the tackle. Ethan Brooks in there as well for the Trojans. Pretty much the entire defensive backfield. And it's good for a first down.
44-yard line. 46-yard line. First down and 10.
First down and 10 for Galena at the 46. Now Little's going to keep it himself off the left side. And he's got a pretty good gain there of about 7 yards out to the Girard 48-yard line.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give the credit to the tackle to maybe the whole team of the Trojans there. I can't. It's hard to see who's.
When they're running between the tackles and between the guards like this, a lot of times it's hard to credit a tackle to just one person. Second down and about 3 here for Galena from the Trojan 48. He's going to keep it himself again off the left side. Does Turner, and he's out close to the sticks, probably about. See if he was able to tiptoe down that sideline and see. They're going to call it a first down up to the 43-yard line, a gain of 5 on the play.
Girard needs an answer here. They need a big play. I don't know what they need, but they need something to slow down this Galena offense.
Yeah, just gap discipline. Stay in your holes. Let the linebackers do their job.
High snap. He handles it and gets rid of it. Cut down behind the line was Hayden Qualls. Trojans did a good job staying in their lanes that time, guys.
Yeah, it looked like Juan Pizarro got there, and he was the offside defensive end.
That's what I was going to say. Pizarro did a good job of chasing that down from the backside.
Loss of a yard on the play brings up second down and 11 for Galena. About 10 and a half to play here in the first half.
Even though these plays have gone for chunks, there's been great pursuit by the Trojan defense.
Maybe they've got some sort of official timeout because the play clock has gone out. Now the officials are just going to keep it on the field, I guess. Quick handoff on the end around. It's Qualls again trying to find the corner. Trojans get there quick. And I think we're going to have a hold on the outside against Galena. Flag came in rather late, and I think we're going to get number 64, Matthew Ramos, with the hold, and they do.
Yeah, it's always tough for an offensive lineman to make that play on the outside, to be able to block on the outside and chase down those quick defenders. And as far as the Trojan defense goes, there's not a guy out there who I would consider slow at all. So it's a tough play for the offensive lineman, especially against our team.
Well, from when he engaged that block, that's just a long time to ask a big man to hold a block.
Oh, yeah.
Against a safety.
Right, against a Trojan defensive back.
That's going to back Galena up to their own side of the field at 49, brings up a second down, and let's call it 18. There's a hold again. Their flag comes in, and Turner takes a pretty good lick at the end of that play. All for naught, and it's going to back Galena up another 10. And they got Tyson Garrison, number 23, the senior running back, with the hold. You might have seen his protestations at the end of that play.
Right, and the hold is in the backfield, so it's a spot foul, so the holding was 3 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. So
and then 10 yards from there.
Right, that'll essentially be a 13-yard penalty.
Back to the 36-yard line, and this Galena offense has gone into reverse.
Second forever.
Yeah, second and Greenbush to go.
This might even be 5 ever, guys. I'm not sure. Here's the snap. Turner looking near side, and too low, intended for Tyler Little.
Turner's pass intended for number 11, Tyler Little. Ball's incomplete.
And that's going to bring up
third
down in Greensburg.
Right. Well, you talked earlier about last week Galena versus Qualpah, where they had some unforeseen penalties at bad times.
They had drives going, and there's just drive-killing penalties, and that's maybe what we've seen here. They still got a chance here on third down, a puncher's chance, I suppose. Turner rolling, looking to throw downfield, has a man. It's Little, and he almost comes up with it. Trojans able to poke it away at the last minute. Give credit on that pass breakup to Ethan Davidson. Got his hand in there and stripped it away from Little, because he had both hands on that one, Jess.
Right.
That was close.
And being double teamed and good coverage with Ethan Brooks in front and Ethan Davidson over the top, and 6'5" Tyler Little just reached up there and almost snagged that out of the air.
Yeah, and I think it was a good play by both the defensive backs on that one. There's a little bit of hand fighting, but it looked like it was both ways. So I think a good no call by the ref as well.
A bang-bang play, guys.
As you would call it.
I thought it was officiated great.
So down Turner into punt. This guy does everything. He's the chief of police, the fire captain, the sexton of the church, punter, quarterback. Might even drive the bus. And that one bounces out of bounds at the Trojan 17-yard line. That's where they'll take over. First down and 10, trying to add to this 13-6 lead. Was there a flag on this play? There was, holding against the Trojans, so they're going to back up even more.
17-yard line.
Well, who's going to get less penalties?
The Trojans will take over first.
I think that's the question that needs to be asked right now. Whoever does, I think is going to have a good time.
This one is, you don't like any penalty, but this one, at least you're looking at a 1st and 10. You're not.
Yeah.
It's not 2nd and 25.
Right.
So this is the kind, if you're going to get a penalty, this is the kind you want. It backs you up, but it doesn't affect the down and distance as much.
So they're going to spot the ball at about the 9-yard line.
Just more offense for them to run.
A chance for the Trojans to go on a 91-yard drive here, Jess.
Yeah.
More time of possession.
So Trojans will take over at their own 9-yard line. 9:33 to play first half. Here we go. Handoff up the middle. Nice cut to the outside. And up the sideline, and taken down along the Trojan sideline is Alex Kester. They're going to mark him out at the 41.
I was
32-yard run by Kester.
Two things on that play. You could have drove a bus through that hole that offensive line opened up, and when Kester's in the open field, that stiff arm that he gave that Galena defender was vicious.
Borderline assault.
Yes. That's a way to get out of the shadow of your own goalpost right there.
1st and 10 Trojans at their own 41 after a 32-yard carry by Kester. Twins to the far side this time for the Trojans. Harrison motion, handoff goes to Kester. Galena sniffed that one out, hit him in the backfield, a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, there's that Galena D-line that we haven't talked much about. 77, old Keldon Serrano is a junior. He plugs a big hole down there.
They might have just decided 12 is not going to beat us on this play.
12's had enough.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of revenge was in his mind there.
Like anybody else could have got that ball and nobody would have been looking for him. Second down and 12 now for the Trojans. Under 9 minutes to play first half. Trojans leading at 13-6 over the Galena Bulldogs. Trojans trying to stay undefeated on the season. Quick pitch to the outside, and good job out there. Zane Turner and Little out there to make the tackle. And
Jaden Norris,
not much room to work out there.
Yeah, it looked like a good job for him to just put his head down and try and get whatever yardage he could. Get back to the line of scrimmage at least.
Norris is going to come off the field, and then Trojans now looking at a 3rd down and 11.
Not quite Greenbush, but still a far way to go.
Three wide receivers in this set for the Trojans. Nigaman back to pass, being pressured. Has time, throws it behind Bo Harris. Nice adjustment by Harris to make the catch on a ball that was thrown behind him.
Right at the sticks. We'll have to see where they mark it.
Yep. First down.
Gain of 13.
Call it a gain of 13 on the play.
They're going to go quick here.
Quickly up to the line. Nigaman has him set. Here's the snap. Handoff to Kester between the tackles. Twists out of one, and he's going to have about 7 yards on that carry.
Kester on the carry.
One arm tackle away from breaking that one for big yards.
Yeah, another good hold opened up there by the right side of that Trojan offensive line.
12 carries, 68 yards tonight so far for Alex Kester. I am going to run out of room on this sheet.
Yeah, not a bad game so far, I'd say.
I'm going to have to create a hand-drawn column for him over here. Second down and about 3 for the Trojans. Back to pass again. Has a man. Catch is made. Trojans showing out. That's Aiden Damon on the catch. And call it a gain of about 12 on the play.
Well, we can do it on the air. We can do it on the ground. Gain yards about any way possible, I guess.
My math's off. We'll call it a gain of 17 on the play. First down for the Trojans at the Galena 27-yard line. Take the handoff to Kester. Bo Harris gets it, lowers his shoulder, just tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. Out there to make the tackle is Turner, along with number 68, Kobe Myers, senior D lineman.
Yeah, that play kind of got blown up there by the D line of the Bulldogs there, and Bo retreated 2 or 3 yards and did a good job of getting a foot in the ground and finally getting upfield when he had a chance, but it was sniffed out pretty early.
And I think that's the difference between this year and last year for Bo Harris.
Yep.
Last year, he'd have tried to make something out of that and probably lost yards. This year, he just cut his losses, stuck his foot in the ground, and got back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, and we'll call it 9 for the Trojans. Handoff goes to Kester up the middle, has room, shakes off a tackle, is finally twisted down at about the 17-yard line. First down for the Trojans.
Wonder if he's dizzy after that run. Spun, I don't know, 3 or 4 times just to get out of the defense.
Yeah, that was number 61, Casey Hopkins on the tackle, but I was watching number 55, Eric Williams. Yeah, Eric Williams for the Trojans. I'm telling you now, he took on Big 77 for Galena and pushed him 5 yards backwards off that line of scrimmage.
Eric Williams is no small man either.
Great job by Eric Williams.
1st and 10 for the Trojans from the Galena 13. Means they can get another first down without scoring as we tick down under 5.5 minutes to play first half. Quick pitch outside to Bo Harris, cuts it upfield, cuts it back against the grain, into the middle of the field, and finally drug down at about the 5-yard line.
You know, as you were saying,
and it's a gain of about 6, maybe 7 on the play.
As you were saying, the ability for Bo to get upfield, that's a huge improvement. I'll give him a lot of credit. He is making his cuts a lot crisper now. His vision's getting a lot better. He's turning into a pretty good running back for the Trojans.
And it's the evolution of the back when you see the cut back against the grain, and he did right there. That was a nice move by Harris.
It's like a timeout by Philpott.
Earned himself another 7 yards. One of the Galena players having a little bit of trouble out there. Trojans take a timeout. Everybody's kind of gassed. This has been a long drive, guys. What play are we on here, Jess?
What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is going to be the 10th play.
A long drive.
And that was after a 14-play and a 7-play drive.
I'd say we're still winning time of possession.
We're getting close to 5 minutes here on this drive. Just under 5 minutes the Trojans have had the ball here.
Yeah, I don't know what else we can say, Josh, other than the Trojans. We talked about winning in the trenches and controlling the line of scrimmage, and man, have we done that.
Whoa.
Zoomed in on him.
Yes, slower. You're going to make somebody barf in their living room with that. Yeah.
They'll be fine.
But like
you see there, Coach Philpott pushing his guys. This is a big drive here for the Trojans.
Yeah, but we can still get a first down without having to score a touchdown here.
That was much slower for the
people.
That
was way better.
Yeah, that might have barfed. They'll be fine after that
No
one.
motion sickness after that one. Good thing nobody's watching this in IMAX. Hand off to Kester, fights through the tackle across the goal line. Give him the touchdown.
Yep, they give it.
And they do. Trojans take a 19-6 lead after a 6-yard touchdown run by Alex Kester.
Well, perfect way to finish off the drive for him. How many yards does he have rushing there?
14 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown for Alex Kester. Not a bad first half. Kick is up, and Humble knocks it through. Trojans lead at 20-6. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Trojans lead at 20-6 over the Galena Bulldogs. Jess, about that drive summary.
Yeah, the Trojans went on almost 5 minutes there. 10-play drive with 8 runs, 2 passes, and with Alex Kester scoring the touchdown to give the Trojans a 20-6 lead.
Able to kick this one away. Zane Turner back to receive at his own 3-yard line. Turner already has a 95-yard kick return in this game, but he's brought down this time at the 21 by the Trojans. Good kick coverage that time.
Yeah, Joel Jubber stayed home right there and wrapped him up for the coverage. I didn't get to see who it was, but someone, I know there's no such thing as a wedge anymore, but there's a Trojan sacrificed his body and took out 3 Galena blockers all at one time.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It looked like Scott Moore was the one who did that. Yeah, it looks like he took out 3 guys on that.
Great job for Scott Moore, sophomore.
1st and 10 for Galena from the 21-yard line. 4:34 to play. Second quarter. Zane Turner back in the pistol. That's Little, number 11, in motion. He's played a lot more offensively tonight than we saw him last week, and there's a flag coming in from the Trojan defensive backfield. Got a couple of Bulldogs slow to get up after that one. And it's going to be holding against Galena. And that'll back them up. Another penalty. That's the stat I haven't been keeping is penalty yards tonight, but that's another one for Galena, and they've had some costly ones on their last couple drives, which would be their only 2 drives of the night.
It's proved to be the factor so far.
And they had a big one on defense there when they had Trojans back like 4th and 7 and jumped all sides to give a Trojan a 4th and 2 and a makeable 4th down.
And that's why you don't run into the refs when you're coming on the field. I mean, let this be a lesson to you out there. Hands off the refs.
The refs should be your number 1 friend in this game.
Right. Look out for them. Don't step on them. Handoff's going to go to Hayden Qualls. Not much working there on that left side of that Galena line. Qualls going to pick up a couple out to the 16-yard line.
Ethan Brooks filling that all the way back from his free safety position. Just there again, lays another hammer down.
He's one of those big hit safeties.
Yes.
He has been this whole year, man. He always looks for the hit stick.
Yeah, built, I'm telling you, I'm going to go old school here. I don't know how many people my age are watching, but a Ronnie Lott type free safety.
Ronnie. You went Ronnie Lott, huh?
That's a bold claim.
Yeah. Steve Atwater for all you
Whoa.
good ones.
High prestige.
I don't like to talk about Steve Atwater. Turner back to pass, throws up a wobbler for Little, too far out in front of him. Ball's incomplete.
He was open. That was a nice pass pattern. He was open, but we got a Bulldog down.
Turner's pass intended for Little falls incomplete.
And that is number 61, Casey Hopkins, the junior defensive lineman, linebacker.
You know, I'm not up on proper play terminology. We used to call that like a flood pattern. They run like 3 receivers all to the same side.
Well, you know, when you bootleg the quarterback out like that, you cut the field in half. So you might as well have all the receivers on that one side of the field.
And they had a short one, a medium depth one, and Little was there deep.
You know, you are right on that terminology. It's a flood.
Yep. Going to take a timeout. 3:32 to play, first half. Trojans leading at 20-6. Coach Sarwinski wanting to talk it over with his squad, and I know Galena's going to get the kick to start the second half. But, man, this is a big drive for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to put some points on the board to try to keep up with this hot Trojan offense here.
Yeah, and if they get points, then they have a chance to go 2-4. Because getting that second half kickoff and then scoring here as well, they have a chance to tie it up or potentially take the lead.
Well, coming into this game, they only had about 50 passing yards on the year. So not a prolific pass attack for Galena. And Little is a good-looking receiver.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. That surprises me with Little Rome in the middle, with that height and size and speed. I mean, he's just a great athlete.
But you got to give Turner enough time back there
to find
for
him.
Little to get down the field and Turner able to find him.
And you also got to think the quarterback for Galena has been Sarwinski for several years now. So Turner's coming in for his first year. It's big shoes to fill and doesn't have all that time to make the connections yet.
Turner a little on-the-job training here. First few games of this season. Little out in the flat.
Oh.
Now he makes a double move down the field. And they got him at the 45, and he's brought down from behind. That was Joel Jubber on the coverage for the Trojans, but a nice pass play. You kind of saw that one develop out to Little, and he gets up a little gingerly, but it's a first down for Galena up to the 46.
You know, Jubber bit on that old give and go.
The out and up.
Yeah.
He looked a little frustrated with himself, but he'll come back. He's made some good plays this year so far. This is his first year playing this position also. So
did a good job of recovering, getting a tackle.
What was the yardage on that one? Trying to 46. Where'd that start?
It was 3rd and 13. So That helps.
That does not.
They started at the 22.
Okay, that helps. As Turner here tries to reverse his field against his Trojan defense and brought down hard after a gain of about a yard. He ran half a mile to get a yard there, and a flag comes in late.
Looked like Caleb Scales delivered the big boom there.
Might have been. This might be some unsportsmanlike. Oh, nope, got a block in the back against Galena.
Huh. That's always one of the big concerns when you start going from one side of the field to the other, is your linemen get confused on where you're going and they have a hard time keeping their blocks.
And
Penalties.
once again, another penalty. Going to back the Bulldogs up. They had that nice-looking pass play to get the first down up into Trojan territory.
Brings up second down and 20. First down and 20.
Caleb Scales from the near side cornerback position, just kind of staying home, letting that play develop, and was able to secure the tackle there.
That was very good discipline. Stayed home, like you said. Delivered the boom.
Ticking down around 2.5 minutes now to play first half. Galena with it. First down and 20 at their own 44-yard line. Turner keeps it himself, cuts it up the middle, has a seam, foot race, and he's going to win it. And it's just that quickness that makes Turner so dangerous. And a big drive for Galena to get points on the board here. As they cut into the Trojan lead, 20-12. We'll see if they go for two here or elect to kick. But they do leave. 2:21 on the clock for the Trojans.
Yeah, and the Trojans have big play capabilities, so I don't doubt that they could score. Looks like trick play here.
Weird snap, no good. Trojans stop them short. 2:21 left to play. First half, Trojans lead at 20-12. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. 56-yard touchdown run by Zane Turner. Draws the Bulldogs closer as they trail at 20-12. Set to kick this one away here to the Trojans. See if Girard can put together a 2-minute drive of their own.
Yeah, Galena on that drive took right about 2 minutes off. Only ran 4 plays.
They ran about 8 plays. 4 of them were penalties. Ethan Brooks with it here, ditching, dodging, and gets it out to about the 38, and a flag comes in.
Number 1, Ethan Brooks with carry.
And we have a Galena Bulldog down on the field.
Don't know what that sign means.
And that is
crackback.
Casey Hopkins. And it's going to be a 15-yarder against the Trojans.
Illegal blindside block.
Yep.
Oh, he ear-holed him.
Mm-hmm.
Is the call.
And that's why that play is now illegal. Gonna get up.
Nice to see Hopkins get up on his own, come off of under his own power.
15-yard penalty.
spots the ball at the 18-yard line. Trojans take over, 1st and 10.
So Girard will have first and 10 at their own 18, 2:14 to play here in the first half.
Well, here's a tricky situation, Josh. You don't want to air it out too quick, so you don't want to go 3 and out and give Galena the ball right back, but you can't take a 4-minute drive in 2 minutes either.
Trojans' specialty tonight has been the long time-consuming drive. They're going to need a more rapid one here as they come out 2 wide, hand it off up the middle.
It's like Christian Taylor got the handoff there.
Yeah, Taylor's first carry of the night.
48, Christian Taylor.
And that tells me that the Trojans are going to run this clock out. But we'll see if they take some shots here.
Brings up 2nd down and 6.
Gets it out to the 22, a gain of 4.
Tackled by Serrano. And Hall.
Clock continues to run now, down around 1:45 to play. One wide receiver in this formation for Girard. Taylor gets the handoff again, gets upended.
Yeah, it looks like the Trojans are content with taking a lead into halftime.
Call it a gain of 1 on the play for Taylor.
On the tackle, brings up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, especially not putting Kester in the game, and looks like they're just gonna take this one down. I don't blame them.
They brought Aiden Damon into the game, so now 2 wide in this, Damon and Scales.
Damon's got the speed, so we'll see what happens here.
Back to pass, tipped up in the air, almost picked off. Bo Harris. Oh, and he's going to get a penalty for talking.
Yep. Did his great job, but just
pass.
A little too exuberant after breaking up the pass.
There's a flag on the play.
Taunting penalty.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Trojans.
That'll be a dead ball penalty as well.
Stops the clock with 52 seconds. 4th down for the Trojans. So, hey man, Galena might get a 3-for-1 here.
Yep.
If the Trojans can't tighten up some of the tackling. They're going to punt this one away. Guess who's going to receive it? Zane Turner.
You're do it all, man. A renaissance man, as they would call him.
Coach Sarwinski, any way he can get the ball into Turner's hands, he's going to do it. And kick returner, punt returner, punter, quarterback.
He's standing he's at his own 45-yard line here.
Nigaman gets the punt away. A high spiraling punt, angles near side. Fair caught by Turner at about the 47-yard line. 46 seconds left to play first half. Trojan coach is getting into some of the players there on the sidelines, trying to get them to stop the after the whistle extracurriculars.
I think use your head was the word I was hearing from Hudson.
Amongst others.
Amongst others.
Ball spotted at 47, 1st and 10.
But this is a family-friendly broadcast,
yeah,
so.
It was a colorful presentation. Quick pass to the outside. Little has it. Has some room to operate out there. There's a hold. Not going to get called, as he's going to have first down yardage out to about the 40-yard line.
And also he got out of bounds. So.
But Caleb Scales got held something severe out there.
The gain of 13, 1st and 10, Galena.
Oh, no, he didn't get out of bounds.
Can't catch them all. I wonder if he's going to throw it to Little here on this play. There's a flag for holding. And Turner's going to run out of bounds along the Trojan sideline. A good job laying off of that one by Adam Shireman. Had him in the crosshairs. That's going to back the Bulldogs up 10 yards. 27 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that hold was against Drake Kotzman. He had a free shot to go through there, and they just grabbed a hold of him and took him to the ground.
I think that's the smart choice by Galena. Don't want your quarterback who's been doing it all tonight to get hit by a guy like Kotzman.
Yeah, I mean, if Turner gets hurt, who's going to drive the bus?
No way home.
That's right. Everybody's stuck. It's all right. We take a few of these guys. Taking under 20 seconds. Turner back to pass. There's some more holding, but not called. And the tackle made out in the open field by Adam Shireman. Stops that one at about the 49-yard line.
I think that'll be the last play. Yep.
And that's going to do it for the first half. An exciting one, to say the least. Trojans 20, Galena 12. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. We're at halftime of tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Galena Bulldogs. We do want to let you know that our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. And guys, man, couldn't be two different approaches to football. More different, I would say, than what we saw here in the first half. The Trojans with the long, grinding, time-consuming drives. Galena answering back with big plays by Zane Turner.
Yeah, just a kickoff return, and then that, 56-yard touchdown run for Galena.
Trojans look good outside of those two big plays, but that keeps Galena within, makes it a one-score game.
Yeah, the game on the scoreboard is one score, but the game I've watched on the field, it's really not even really been that close. But that's how good teams, Galena, stays in a ball game. You just got to scratch, claw, fight. Trojans got to find a way to nix that big play and just come out, stay ball control, and I think we'll be fine.
And you can tell Galena's game plan is just put the ball in Zane Turner's hands as often and as many different ways as you can.
And when that quits working, you look for little downfield.
Right, and that's been it.
Yep.
I mean, if the Trojans aren't triple teaming Little every time they're in a passing situation, I don't know why not, because he is definitely the favorite target of Zane Turner so far.
Yeah, it's the explosion versus the matriculation right now, and if you can get rid of the explosion, then it should be a good game for the Trojans the rest of the way.
And really, Turner's just, it's quickness. Mm-hmm. You know, he hasn't, I mean, he's thrown the ball, he's made a couple of decent throws, but for the most part, he's done it with his feet. The 95-yard kickoff return, a 56-yard touchdown run. He's hard to tackle. He's so fast.
Right, that's what I was going to say. It hasn't been big, wide, gaping holes he's been running through. He's had contact in the backfield, been able to spin out of it, break a few tackles. Trojans have been disciplined and had him bottled up, and he still sneaks through for a gain of 7 or 8 yards. I mean, the kid is playing well.
And if Galena could limit the penalties, they'd really be...
It'd be a different ball game.
Be a very different ball game, but penalties have absolutely killed a couple of their drives and killed that last drive. You thought maybe they'd have a chance to go 3 for 1 against the Trojans when they got the ball back with about a minute left on the clock, and nothing doing because they had a costly holding penalty.
But that Trojan offense, man, how good has it been this first half? I mean, they're just unstoppable all the way down the field. That one drive, they've started on their own 16-yard line, their own 43-yard line, their own 9-yard line, and then their own 18-yard line. So they have had the whole length of the field almost every time and have come out with 3 touchdowns.
And the Trojans, for their part, they've had some big plays. Luke Nigaman, 42 yards on just 4 carries. His first carry went for 21, and his second carry, or for 25, I'm sorry, his second carry for 15. He did have the 1-yard touchdown run to cap that first drive, so we were wondering how mobile he would be. Pretty mobile.
Yeah, and isn't it a shame that a 1-yard touchdown run has to limit your 20-yard rushing average?
He's also 4 for 4 passing the ball. I've got to add all that stuff up yet still, but having a pretty good night throwing the ball is Nigaman. So the Trojan offense is rolling. Alex Kester with 14 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. So statistically, that Trojan offense is looking great.
Yeah.
They just got to limit the big plays.
Right. For the Trojan defense, like I say, there's nothing to say that the Trojan offense needs to change. They just looked really good this whole first half.
Yeah, but with a guy like Zane Turner on the other side, they got to keep it up.
Yeah. But what's the best defense is your offense. Don't let him have the ball. Just keep doing these 6, 7, 8 minute drives and limit the times he can touch the ball.
Proved to work in the first half.
Yeah.
Like we've said all year, that's what halftime adjustments are for. I think Philpott, Hudson, they're going to figure out a scheme. They're going to shut it down. And I think it could be a good second half for them. And I think the offense, it's a well-oiled machine now. It'll be a well-oiled machine afterwards. So
that's your Eye on the Game, brought to you by Canar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Canar Eye Care makes sure you can see what you're looking at. Canar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at CanarEyeCare.com. We're going to take another break. We'll be back with more of the GN Bank halftime show. Trojans lead it at the break, 20-12. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere and, of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Welcome back to the GN Bank halftime show. At the break, the Trojans lead at 2012 over the Galena Bulldogs. Trojans trying to improve to 3-0 on the season. If they're going to do that, they got to get a handle on the big play. Zane Turner, quarterback, kick returner, punter extraordinaire for Galena tonight, has had a heck of a ball game. A 95-yard kickoff return, a 56-yard touchdown run to keep the Bulldogs in it. They're still within a score, and they will have the kick to start the second half. Taking a look at some of the games going on around the state of Kansas tonight. In the second quarter, Coffeyville Field Kinley leads Columbus 12-0. Parsons leads Iola 28-7 in the second quarter. And I'm scrolling. See if we got some other teams. If you guys want some Western Kansas scores, I got them for you. You want to know what Colby's doing tonight? Neither do I.
Take it you're on max prep.
I am. Central Heights up over Southeast big, 34-0 in the second quarter.
Don't forget, Colgan beat Riverton last night in a Thursday night football game.
That's right.
For matching the free-will donations received by the Girard Trojans
Thursday night special
before this evening's game. We appreciate your support.
Take it, Pittsburgh must be at home this Friday night.
That's right, against Labette County. I don't have a score from that one yet. Anderson County's up over Santa Fe Trail, 22-16 at the half. Wellsville leads Burlington 13-7 in the second quarter. No score from the Labette County-Pittsburgh game. Humboldt leads Neodesha 38-0. Chanute over Tonganoxie 28-7 in the second quarter. That's a big game there for the Blue Comets. There's your soon-to-be Class 5A St. Thomas Aquinas, 14-7 over Blue Valley North.
Gotta pass the legislature. Gotta pass the legislature.
Yep. And that's all the scores we got right now. If you've got some scores, particularly of that Pittsburgh game, or if you're traveling with Frontenac tonight, get us those scores. We'd love to know them.
Or Baxter Springs, I'd like to see if they stay undefeated.
Yeah, let's see what's going on there.
Yeah.
So that's a look at some of the area scores. We'll step away for another quick break. We'll be back with the final stint of the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Both teams back out on the field getting loosened up, ready for the start of the second half. At the break, Trojans lead it, as you can see there on your screen, 20-12 over the Galena Bulldogs. Jess, you gave me the stat on the number of plays that both teams ran in the first half, and if nothing tells you the the different philosophies or methods at work here in the first half, let's get that one.
Yeah, I've got Galena running 14 offensive plays, and Girard ran 35 offensive plays in the first half.
So Trojans have definitely dominated the time of possession. Couldn't necessarily tell it, though, looking at the scoreboard due to a couple of big plays by Galena. Again, I keep bringing it up because Special teams, a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Zane Turner, and then a 56-yard touchdown run by Turner. And about 100 yards worth of penalties against Galena, but Trojans hanging on to an 8-point lead here. Galena will have the ball to start the second half. They lost it was tighter than it looked last week, that game against Quapaw that Galena lost. Came down to a couple of big mistakes and then a bunch of penalties. And so far tonight, Galena's been able to limit the mistakes, but you still got the penalties. And see if they can overcome that here in the second half. Trojans certainly hoping not. And that Trojan offense has been a grinding sort of nonstop ground attack. And we'll see if they can keep that going in the second half. And Galena's big playability makes you think, guys, that they're going to have to keep that going in the second half.
Yeah, that's the only chance Galena probably, in my opinion, has to stay in this game is by breaking some big plays, maybe winning the special team battle, because they're not – Trojans are winning in all aspects of this ball game.
Trojans been tough up front all night. Just got to shore up some tackling issues there on the defensive side of the ball, and I think – the theme might have been in the locker room, Zane Turner doesn't beat us. You know, anybody else on the field, okay. But you can't let number 2 just run loose all over the field because he's hurt him here in the first half.
Yeah, what's the old saying, Superman? You just start targeting him. I don't think target's the right word in today's society, but you put 2 or 3 guys on him and you don't let him single-handedly beat you, just like what you said.
Jess, I'd appreciate if you didn't trigger our audience.
Yeah. Hey, I got a couple scores here from our man at the studio, Brad Buckley's texted me. Bishop Ward's up 10-0 on Frontenac. Labette County, Pittsburgh's tied up 14 at the half. And Joplin 14, Webb City 2.
What?
Yep. What? What I'm told.
I should have those transposed. All right, well, we miss them every time. So here at second half kickoff, brought to you by Loritz Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Loritz Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Loritz Ceramics. Here's Turner working back against the grain, shedding more tackles. And Trojans finally going to wrestle him down at the 40-yard line and gain an extra 20 yards there before finally being brought down on the play by Garrett Humble, the kicker.
You know, you can key on him, but sometimes Superman's just Superman. He's going to make plays.
Yeah, had him bottled up. I mean, had 4 Trojans surrounded him, and he gets right through that.
So for a beautiful ceramic piece, or maybe even classes from Loritz Ceramics, call 620-724-8442. See, it's got bifurcated, but I got it out. I got it out of there. I'll get that at the opening kick one of these days. And the quick timeout. Galena needing to talk things over as they burn their first time out of the second half. Pittsburgh High undergoing a bit of a rebuilding this year under Josh Latimer. And got to be kind of a culture shock for those Purple Dragon fans over there in Pittsburgh. Their team 0-2 and in a dogfight tonight with Altamont. But Altamont did give Parsons a run for their money last week, so could be a lot about an improving Grizzly squad down in Altamont. Frontenac trailing on the road. Turner under center. Handoff goes straight up the middle and then slung down by Big Kotzman was Hayden Qualls after a gain of about 4 yards.
That's grip strength. I mean, Qualls is not a tiny kid by any means. I mean, he might look tiny compared to Kotzman, but Kotzman gets one of those big bear paws on him, grips, brings him down. Beautiful tackle. Might have felt like a tornado getting slung around like that.
An effective tackle, anyway.
Nah, I think it was beautiful.
Little in motion. Here's the snap. Turner's going to keep it himself off the left side, working behind some blocks, sheds one tackle, and then another brought down in Trojan territory at about the 44-yard line, and Galena's definitely going to dance with who brung him.
Yeah, he broke 4 tackles on their Trojans again. Has him stopped in the backfield for short gain, and they just can't get him to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the Trojans are getting in the backfield. Right now, it's just the problem of tackling.
4 carries, 67 yards for
Yeah.
Turner. First and 10 now from the Trojan 44. Big hit in the backfield that time as Kester gets in there and puts a hat on Hayden Qualls. A gain of about a yard that time for Qualls.
Lightning in a bottle, trying to bring a little bit of electricity to the sideline. Coming up with a little bit of celebration after that one.
Qualls is like the other side of the coin from Turner. He's got 5 carries for 12 yards.
You got to have a guy that does the dirty work. You can't have Turner run for big plays every time, I guess.
Puts the D in decoy.
Yes.
Little in motion this time. Whichever side he's motioning to, that's the side the play is going to go. Gets the pass completed to him out to the Trojan 38-yard line where he's driven out of bounds. It'll bring up a third down and about 4.
Turner's pass is complete to number 11.
And that's just a great play by Little. It's not like it was bad defense, not like it was a fantastic pass. It's just Little being the taller, bigger, and better athlete on that play, able to go up and get it. Gets out of bounds, and there was a big hit delivered on that play. I wasn't sure who got that.
Brooks. Kester has him wrapped up, and Brooks comes over and just
laying the hit stick once again.
Yeah.
I bet the play's going to the right here, and Trojans jump that time. And it's Jaden Norris off sides, and that'll be probably a first down for the Bulldogs. So a costly anticipation that time by Norris.
I don't know.
And it moves the sticks for Galena.
Yeah, you don't know if the quarterback changed his cadence a little bit or slowed things down, but Jaden was trying to jump the snap to get through there at the mesh point.
Say it has to move the sticks if it's 5-yard penalty. There we go.
Brings it first down and 10.
If they want to give it to us, I guess, but
1st and 10 now. At the 34, Turner again. And how many crimson jerseys are there to bring him down? The ball pops out late, but they say his forward progress was stopped. That's enough for a first down. Turner slow to get up.
Should be.
He had about a half a ton of meat land on top of him there.
looked like maybe a little bit of aggression going to taking him down on that one.
Out to the 16-yard line.
First down and 10.
Gain of 10 on the play.
And Galena's really not doing anything special. It's just 11-on-11 quarterback keeper, patient Bill Snyder type K-State offense here. Just read the blocks and make a cut.
Bill Snyder.
Handoff goes to Qualls. Flag on the play. And another flag. They're probably going to offset as Kotzman got tied up after the fact. And you're going to have a hold on Galena and probably an unnecessary roughness or an unsportsmanlike on Kotzman.
2,000 play.
Oh, we got a face mask against Girard, and then another one probably. Now the Trojans are the ones committing the penalties here in the third quarter. And there's a personal foul, unnecessary roughness against Kotzman.
Against the Trojans.
So do they get to accept both penalties or just one?
Gotta choose one.
Take the greater of two evils.
Assume that's the unnecessary roughness.
No, it looks like he just took. I don't know what they're doing. He give both.
Well, they went from the spot probably where Kotzman did the unnecessary roughness. Well, no. It would have been from the original line of scrimmage. So, nonetheless, first and goal for Galena from the Trojan 7-yard line. Kotzman comes off to the sideline and gets some coaching.
Well, with either penalty they take, it moves them up quite a bit. First and goal.
Little motioning back to the right. Again, Turner makes a man miss and forces his way into the end zone. And Galena takes advantage. They get the 2 for 1, and they're within 2. And you got to think they're going for 2 here.
Gone for 2 all game. Haven't been able to succeed yet, so you never know.
I mean, if that was a 7-play scoring drive, all 7 plays on the ground. Helped by 2 Trojan penalties.
Who do you think's going to get it? I think Turner.
He's going to go throw it, and he's got Little in the end zone, and they convert the 2-point conversion, and we're tied at 20. Oh, no, they got a holding call against Galena. That's going to back him up. And they'll have to do it again. I bet this is going to be a run by Turner. What do you think?
Yep. Or another throw to Little.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I'm going to put some money on Little or Turner. I think that's a good goal.
I wish the refs knew I already wrote the score down before I saw the flag. So hard on my stat sheet.
It's hard on my stat sheet, too.
Let's hope it doesn't become true. They still get another chance at this. Or maybe. Do they? They should get another chance at it.
Ball's placed at about the 16-yard line, and they will try it again. This time, trips off to the far side. Lone wide receiver to the near side, Little. I put my money on it's going to the near side. Yep, Turner only looking to the near side. Throws it up for Little. And he has it. How about that? Can't coach tall.
Nope.
And Little comes down with it, and we're tied at 20. So Galena gets the 2 for 1, tie the ball game at 20, and Trojans back to work here offensively when we come back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Kind of a subdued atmosphere here now as Galena ties it up after an opening drive here to start the third quarter that ended with a touchdown run by Turner and then the 2-point conversion pass to Little.
Twice
to tie it at 20. And now the Trojan offense spent a lot of time on the bench. There's a little squibber action, comes to one of the upbacks, but that is Ethan Brooks. Runs through one tackle and now brings it out to about the 38-yard line, and that's where the Trojan offense will start 1st and 10.
Number 1, Brooks.
I know your goal is to score on every drive, but I think it's very important here, getting back that lead.
And take about 8 minutes off the clock to do it. If you're your coach Philpott, that's what you want. Another time-consuming drive, and Galena's defense has only gotten one stop so far. It was right before the half. Trojans got pretty conservative with the play calling. Here's Nigaman. Hand off to Kester, lowers his shoulder, met by a host of Bulldogs, and he's going to pick up about a yard on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Kester with the carry for the Trojans. Gain of 1 brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, I think in the huddle they might talk about bringing some fire to this offense. Right now it looks like Bulldogs are the ones that have the spark right now, have the momentum.
Well, that's what the big plays will do for you. Galena's definitely got the momentum here as we start the second half. Handoff goes to Kester again, lowers the shoulder again. Hit hard and brought down after a gain of about 3 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5, maybe 6.
Yep, 61, K.C. Hopkins, junior linebacker for Galena, filling that hole.
Tackled by Ramos.
That was Kester's 16th carry of the ball game, and there's a offsides penalty against Galena as they got Keldon Serrano to move, the junior lineman. The Trojans will pick up 5 yards there, and it makes it a 3rd down and manageable now at the 3rd down and 1 at about the 47.
Well, what do you think? Do you think they'll go for it?
Yeah. If they don't get the first, you mean?
Yeah, if they don't
you
get
have
the
to
first.
punt this.
Yeah. They're going to get this anyways.
Right.
He said. Hand off to Kester, has it across midfield, across the 45, down to about the 42-yard line. Trojans get the 1st down.
Yep, there's Hayden Qualls with the tackle. We call his name a lot on offense.
About a 15-yard run that time by Kester. He needed 1.
Gain of 16 is good enough for a
I think the offensive line won the battle there. Kester went untouched for, 5 or 6 yards there before having to break a tackle?
And he breaks the century mark with that carry. 17 carries, 104 now for Kester, and a touchdown. So statistically, the Trojans are having a great game, but they're in a dogfight here with Galena. There's a snap, handoff to Kester again, off left tackle. Makes the man miss, 25-20, foot race, 15-10, diving for the pylon. Touchdown, Trojans. What a run by Alex Kester.
Josh, I think they spotted him at the 1-inch line.
We had one man call a touchdown.
One official called the center official, the back judge, called the touchdown. And the line judge here on the near side called Kester down at the half-yard line.
Give it to him again.
How many yards was that?
Let him get his touchdown.
And Kester gets a carry, extends the ball over the goal line, and that's a touchdown for the Trojans.
No question about that one. Well, looks like they kind of flopped goals there. Galena had a more meticulous drive, and hey, Girard had the explosion.
How many yards it was? Yeah. It was 40. No. Yeah. That play started at about the 40, 38. Is that good?
PAT is good by Garrett Humble. Will take a 7-point lead. That is a huge drive by the Trojans.
Yeah, and that is a big answer, guys. I mean, Galena comes down, ties the ball game to start the quarter, start the second half. They get the 2-for-1. They had all of the momentum, and the Trojans just snatched it right back.
Two gauntlets throwing punches back and forth, and they're refusing to go down. Refusing.
5:56 to play, third quarter. Now Trojans lead it 27-20. Kester 19 carries, 143 yards. That's unofficial, of course. It's probably more than that.
More than unofficial?
Yeah, actually, yeah, exactly. If there is something more than unofficial, completely untrustworthy facts or stats for me. You can choose to believe it or choose not to believe it. Humble set to kick this one away. Turner, the lone man back there to receive it for Galena. He's going to squib kick this one to one of the up backs. Probably a good choice. Trojans still struggle tackling, and Galena's going to have good field position out at about their 39-yard line. A solid return that time by Tyson Garrison. So Galena will take over, 1st and 10, their own 39, 5:50 to play, third quarter. Trojans lead it 27-20.
Defense had a little bit of time to sit on that drive by Galena, so hopefully they'll come out with a fire.
I feel cheesy saying they're in a dogfight.
Yeah. Get some Bulldogs.
I think a Bone Man.
Yeah.
Slobber knocker, is that what it is?
I don't know.
Get a stop.
I try not to say words like that on the air just because they're hard to pronounce. There's Turner again, just runs into a crowd, but he's going to pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards there on first down.
There's number 1, Ethan Brooks, climbing out of the bottom of that pile from a free safety position. When your free safety's leading your team in tackles, the opposing team is running the football really well.
7 carries, 100 yards now for Turner. Unofficially, of course. It's probably more than that.
Yeah, I can't believe he's only ran it 7 times.
Well, there's been a lot of penalties.
True.
He's run it about 30 times, but 7 of them are on the books. He's going to try and break this one around the corner, makes another man miss, and he's got another Galena first down. He's just so good at making the first man miss. The Trojans have been in great position. They've gotten penetration, and he's, just inches short of the first down.
Well, if they wouldn't have ran over the ref at the start of the game, I think that would have been a first down.
Number 40, Scott Moore with the tackle.
Tackling.
Brings up a third down and super duper short here for Galena. And Turner gets behind his line and pushes forward, and he'll have first down up to the Trojan 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 on the play.
Looks like we tried to blitz up the middle with Pike, but to no avail.
He hit somebody, but I'm not sure he hit the ball carrier. Jaden Norris ends up making the tackle.
So far, the only people really to hit Turner have been safeties.
Yeah.
Down around 4 minutes to play, third quarter, 1st and 10 from midfield here for Galena. There's a flag. Turner's going to cut it back. and be brought down at the Trojan 45-yard line. And there's a holding in the backfield against Galena, and there's some frustration amongst their line.
Against Galena.
We've seen this one before. That holding call doesn't mean that Turner's not going to come out and run the exact same play again and gash you. So if you're the Trojans, just don't worry about the down and distance. Just stay in your lane and make your tackle.
Yeah, that Galena's offensive lineman there had one chance: either hold the Trojan defensive man or let their quarterback get pummeled in the backfield.
Ball is spotted at the 40-yard line.
Backs Galena up to the 40. First and 21.
Good math.
Yeah.
That was quick.
It was quick. Wasn't entirely firm on that either. Here's Turner again, takes off, and he's brought down this time at the 45-yard line. That was a lineman that made the tackle that time for the Trojans. That was Juan Pizarro. Haven't called his name many times tonight, but made a big play there. Second down and long now for Galena.
Backside defensive end on that play.
Any tackle on Turner is a big one.
Yeah. Design quarterback draw right there.
He's rolling out the pass, going to throw long for Little, overthrows him. Trojans had him double covered, and Little gets up a little gimpy. Might have come down awkwardly on his ankle, and he's hopping back to the Galena huddle in some obvious pain.
I think they'll still throw to him.
Just
if they have a chance.
Not a lot of contact there, but just probably the way he landed awkwardly is a lot of traffic out there at the end of that play.
Well, if Little comes out of the game, I got a bet on where the ball's going to go.
He's trying to walk it off.
Well, that hurts too, a sprain in your ankle.
Ooh. And sometimes you get hurt worse by the field than anything else. Pressure coming. Turner slips out of it across midfield. How did he slip out of that tackle?
Jaden Norris had him dead to rights right there.
And he gets out to about the Trojan 49, a gain of 6 on the play, but it does bring up fourth down.
Fourth down and 10.
I mean, if you're Galena, you're going for it here, right?
I'd say so.
And I would run Turner to the left. That's probably what they're going to do.
He is the punter, so you don't know. You got to stay in your lane shirt and watch this fake.
Yeah, you never know.
Going to take this to the wide side of the field if he does. And he's going to punt it away. Low knuckling punt. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. So no opportunity for Kester to get a return on that one. And the Trojans will take over on their own 21-yard line. 2:51 to play, third quarter. But a big stop that time by the Trojan defense.
Great job by the Trojan defense. Finally getting a stop. Finally blocking Turner from getting a touchdown.
Well, they were helped out by some holding penalties on Galena. But
that's besides
those holding
the point.
penalties are because the Trojans had such good defensive pressure on the quarterback. Forced those holding penalties.
And every holding penalty that the Bulldogs have had this year is because of that, or this game. The Trojan D-line, the Trojan defense is playing well. Turner's just answering the call here.
Just that shiftiness is making the plays right now.
Trojans have it first and 10 at their own 21. Nigaman with the snap. Handoff goes up the middle. Nifty move that time and a good-looking pickup by Adam Shireman.
Adam Shireman.
Pick up about 9 yards on first down.
I'll take that every time.
Brings up second down and 1.
Yeah, your playbook's wide open on second and 1.
Throw it deep.
You can do anything you want.
I think if you're the Trojans, you run it, pick up the first down, and take another minute off the clock.
Throw a hail Philpott way down the field.
I don't know. There's the handoff up the middle to Shireman. Fights off a couple tackles and fights forward to about the 35-yard line. A gain of, we'll call it 4 on the play, and then there's a late flag. And the Trojans, if this is after the whistle again on Girard. Nope, it's on Galena.
Personal foul.
And that's going to
Unsportsmanlike. conduct.
Go from the end of the run, I believe, right?
Should be part.
Give Shireman the 5-yard run and then the penalty yardage.
So, Josh, rule clarification here. We've had a handful of unsportsmanlike penalties. Is there a rule that if there's 2 on the same player, he is ejected? Like, that's kind of a college rule?
I'm not sure. I don't know the.
I don't believe so.
I'm not afraid to say I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if I knew, I wouldn't have asked the question.
If these officials had given us their business card, Jess,
right, we could have asked them.
Called them
That's
after
right.
the fact. First and 10 for the Trojans from midfield. Hand off again to Shireman, right up the gut. 5 yards, long 4 on the carry for Adam Shireman.
This is exactly
and there's another flag.
Gosh.
That one might be on the Trojan.
Well, I guess we'll get to see if your theory is correct.
Personal foul.
Yep.
What is going on after the snap here for the Trojans?
I saw that one. That was Justin Ferguson, number 56 there.
Playing with passion.
Luke Nigamans let him hear about it as he comes back to the huddle. There's playing passionate, and then there's playing smart.
Yep.
And the Trojans right now need to play smart because this Galena team is one that can hurt you in one play.
Yep. And they're showing they're just hanging around.
And if you're the Trojans, you can't beat yourself. Now they're looking at a 2nd down and 20 because of some after the snap shenanigans. Shireman with the handoff again, picks up about a yard or 2. And now a 3rd down and super long for the Trojans, and that was just a backbreaker of a penalty, man.
Yep.
Had a chance to add to a 7-point lead in a game that is by no means out of reach. And just a mental error, breakdown.
Yeah, the positive side of this is they have more yards for the stat line and a more impressive 3rd down conversion here.
I don't think there's a positive side to a 3rd down and 19.
More yards.
We'll see.
To go. Nigaman back to pass. Throwing it long over the middle. Has a man. It's caught. Scales with it. And a 1st down for the Trojans. And Scales is hurt. Getting up slow. He's going to limp off after coming down. The defensive back for Galena slow to get up as well. And that was Hayden Qualls. Yeah. I'm sorry, not Qualls. That's Tyson Garrison.
I tell you what, Caleb runs a perfect post route. Luke Nigaman hits him in stride. What a great play.
All I'm going to say is more yards for the completion. That's all I got to say.
You're positive, Daryl. You're so positive.
Positive thinking brings it out, okay?
Some movement before the snap for the Trojans. And another Galena player down, and there nobody even touched him.
Cramps, maybe.
Yeah, this is a warm night. Cramping will become a factor. A lot of these guys, again, like I said, go both ways for Galena, so not a lot of time to stand over there and drink water on the sidelines.
A motion penalty here. Trojans had 2 guys trying to go in motion at the same time.
Looked like just a little bit of miscommunication or something, but
both heard their same play call.
Gonna take a water timeout, looks like. Oh, end of the quarter.
It's the end of the 3rd quarter. Trojans lead it 27-20, and they're driving. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Well, they've switched ends. Frank Jameson Field's rocking again. Trojans threatening after a long pass completion from Luke Nigaman to Brock Scales.
Brock's little
Caleb
brother.
Scales, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Brock's little brother.
Oh, they got him to jump again.
Line on the play.
And so they got the 5 yards back from the illegal motion penalty.
5-yard penalty.
Move the ball forward to about the 17-yard line. First down and 10 now for the Trojans.
First and 10, Trojans.
They're back in the red zone, just like that.
Red zone efficiency's been pretty good for the Trojans tonight.
They're every time for every time so far in the red zone. And there goes Shireman inside the 10-yard line to about the 7. Looks like they're, yep, that's where we're going to mark him. Gain of 9 yards on the play for Shireman.
Ball placed at the 6-yard line brings up second down and 9.
5 carries, 28 yards for Shireman. Sure you'd like to add a touchdown to that stat line.
First of the year for him, too.
Shireman gets it again across the 5, down to about the 3 before he's finally twisted down.
Should be good for a first down.
And that will move the sticks. First and goal now for the Trojans from the 3.
Ball placed at the 3-yard line brings up
4 that time for Shireman.
I want to see Adam get his first touchdown of the year. That would be incredible for the man.
Scales with the handoff again, or Shireman, I'm sorry, again at the goal line.
Looks like there was a flag, though.
Flag on the play.
Shot block against the Trojans.
He's very animated with his penalty calling.
He's got all the signals down.
I enjoy it. It's fun to watch.
It was this deep.
Yeah. Right there on the shins.
Well, there's another play that was highly coached 30 years ago.
Yeah, shot block was just what you did.
Had to.
Yeah. If you didn't chop him, you weren't trying.
Yeah, that's when two offensive linemen, someone has an offensive lineman engaged up high and another offensive lineman hits him low.
Textbook.
Yeah, used to be called three stab back in the day.
Or football.
Yeah.
Well, first and goal now from the 15 for the Trojans. Handoff goes to Shireman again, and he's going to have a short gain up to about the 11-yard line.
He fumbled it.
12, we'll call it a 3-yard gain. And
Justin Ferguson.
Yeah, it looked like Ferguson was able to fall on that ball.
Ball got loose, yeah.
Yeah.
Dodged a bullet there.
Ball placed at the 12-yard line.
Well, you get one, you lose one, I guess.
Still just second down here.
Yeah.
Second goal from the 12 for the Trojans. Nigaman back to pass. Has a man over the middle. Catch is made. Ethan Davidson for the touchdown.
And there's that seam pass we talked about last week, Josh. We hadn't seen much of yet this year.
I'm going to tell you what was really beautiful about that play. Two things. The offensive line gave Luke plenty of time, and also Luke did a great job of going through his checks there. That wasn't even in his first receiver. He was looking towards Aiden, and then he kind of looked towards the right. Able to fake off the defender and give a beautiful seam pass to Ethan Davidson. Easy walk-in touchdown for him.
Humboldt's kick is up and good. The Trojans lead it 34-20. And finally, guys, some breathing room. But don't sleep on this Galena squad.
No, this quick strike.
Turner's going to have to return a kick here in about a minute. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Well, Trojans score again on a 12-yard pass play from Luke Nigaman to Ethan Davidson to take a 34-20 lead. Garrett Humble added the point after. And Jess, how about that drive summary?
Yeah, I'm going to credit him with about 9 plays, 2 big passes by Luke, one to Caleb Scales to keep the drive alive on a 3rd and forever, and then that good touchdown pass to Ethan Davidson to give the Trojans a 34-20 lead.
There's Humble with the little squibber kick. And it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be good field position for Galena as they'll take over at the 35.
I think they'll take that over an Evan Turner return, though.
Yeah.
Or Zane Turner, sorry.
You don't want Turner running one back on you. Galena's shown less likely to score offensively than on the special teams. You're more likely to get a holding call anyway.
We should give Galena the ball about the 35-yard line if I'm correct here.
I believe you are.
First and 10, Bulldogs, 35, 10-11 to play. Here in the fourth quarter.
You're on top of it rule-wise today, Jess.
I've watched a lot of football in my life.
Jess is on top of it all the time. What are you talking about?
He's calling everything left and right so far. Broken up. Adam Shireman looked like he got a hand on that ball, was able to make it move, or maybe just his presence in the air. Threw off Little a little bit, wasn't able to get the ball to him.
Yeah, good thing because there was a jailbreak wide receiver screen right there that if Little catches that ball, they had it blocked really well.
Looked like they had less numbers over on our side. That could have been a big deal. But luckily, didn't happen.
Second down and 10 now for Galena. They're on 35. Here's Turner. He'll work off the left side of that Galena line, runs into a crowd, and he'll pick up a couple. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
There's Kotzman getting up off the bottom of that pile. Kessler come in late, cleaned it up.
Yeah, it was also good concealing by Kessler, not letting Turner bounce it to the outside like he's done all night.
12 carries, 120 yards for Zane Turner. He certainly earned his pay tonight for Galena, and without him, there wouldn't be much offense.
That pay is going to have to be used for gas for the ride home. In which he will be driving.
Yeah, he's driving the bus, so. Under 9.5 to play. Here's the snap on 3rd and long. Turner rolling far side. Lobs it over the top. Too tall for Little. That's going to bring up a 4th down and long.
That's a hard thing to do, throw it over him.
I know.
Little falls incomplete.
There again, Trojans had pretty good coverage on him. Had him hide and load.
Brings up 4th down and 9.
You can't coach 6'4", 6'5".
Right. You just need a step ladder to complete that coverage.
That 2-point conversion, he was just blocked him out, got a rebound, just went up and got it.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Gonzalez special.
Going to line up for the punt here as Turner drops back into punt formation again. You know he can run, so you're always looking for the fake, but He's going to kick this one away, end over end. Takes a Galena hop. Kester trying to catch up to it. Finally does. Corrals it at the 20. Out across the 30. Cuts back. 35. Upended. Undercut at the 40-yard line. And there's a couple of flags down. And probably some block in the back action going on that return team for Girard.
Or maybe unsportsmanlike conduct
As they're
again.
trying to catch up to the play. There it is. Block in the back. And that'll back the Trojans up. It's from the spot of the foul, so we'll see where they place it.
Well,
they're saying it's from the 35, so it'll be 25-yard line possibly for the Trojans.
Well, more yards to get statistically.
We need one more score here.
For the Trojans, they're just concerned about the clock more than where the ball is on the field.
Yeah, actually, this might work in our favor.
You
Yeah.
put a run 9 minutes off the clock, so an extra 10 yards to go doesn't really hurt that bad.
You never like being pushed back, but
Trojans will take over at their own 25. 9:10 left to play, fourth quarter. Handoff goes straight up the middle, and that was Kester.
Ball security, Josh, that's going to be highly important here. To two hands on that football. Galena's going to be ripping and scratching and clawing. And
got to do anything you can to try and get the ball back.
Yeah. Gain of 2 for Kester. I'm almost out of room here, guys.
It's a good thing.
145 yards tonight for Kester on 20 carries. Pretty good stat line for that young man.
I'd say running out of room on the stat sheet's a good problem to have.
Back to pass. There's Scales, gives a stiff arm at the 40 and brought down at about the 42-yard line. Caleb Scales, and he's holding his shoulder. It may have come out of.
Reception.
May have come out.
15 brings up a Trojan first
Trainers will take a
down.
look at it. Yeah, that's the universal sign for my shoulder's out of socket.
Yeah, I hope it's not a collarbone.
Could just be a stinger. You know.
You hope that it's
I'm
just
no
a stinger.
doctor, though, so we'll just wait and see. Good enough for a Trojan first down out to the 42-yard line. We've been talking so much, I do the math on. Oh, Kester fights through a couple tackles. Now he's ripping at the ball, and he finally goes down to keep possession out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Alex showing a lot of power left in those fourth quarter legs there.
That's where the summer conditioning, weights, working all season, that's where it all comes from right there.
Shireman, Taylor.
21 carries, 160 yards, and a touchdown for Kester. Call it 2 touchdowns, actually, for Kester.
And the clock's ticking.
First and 10 for the Trojans from the Bulldog 44-yard line. They've got a kind of a jumbo formation in here this time. The handoff goes to Kester again and brought down quickly by Little. No gain on the play.
Didn't look like Little wanted Kester to have another run there, and I think anybody but him is who they would prefer right now.
Yep, I think you're right there watching the sidelines. Caleb Scales is moving that arm around now. I think just a little stinger there. Looks like he's going to be fine.
Now under 7 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Second down and 10 now for the Trojans from the 44. Fake the handoff. Here's the pitch outside Ethan Davidson. Lots of room to run, and they're going to call holding on Bo Harris back here in the Trojan backfield. He had the block, and I think the holding occurred after Davidson went past him.
I'm not sure I saw holding. I'm sure what I saw was a pancake block by 140-pound Bo Harris.
Holding.
But I'm a long ways away, Josh.
Yeah.
Man.
I think maybe Turner was trying to turn to follow the ball carrier, and Harris kept a hold of him, would be my guess.
Continuation of a block.
Yeah, that's a shaky call.
Harris is one of those feisty players, too.
But we haven't seen too many of those tonight out of this crew, so, everybody's. Every game's going to have one where you're kind of questionable.
Right, they should wind the clock once the ball's set, so.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it. Even though you get pushed back in yards and take it away, you get to drain more clock.
They don't wind the clock.
No, because I think it was...
Did Davidson go out of bounds?
Yeah, he ended up going out of bounds at the end of the play.
2nd down and 15 now for the Trojans from the Bulldog 49-yard line. They'll fake the handoff, play action. Nigaman buying some time, rolling near side, going to throw it up. Has a man. Catch is made. That's Ethan Davidson at the 26-yard line. A first down for the Trojans.
Good job by the offensive line to give him a little bit of time, but some improv by Luke. Able to roll out of the pocket, find Ethan Davidson, and good job by Ethan to find the hole in the zone, get open for his man.
Gain of 23 yards on the play for the Trojans. First down and 10 at the 26-yard line of the Bulldogs.
This is the type of game you like to see out of Luke.
He's dealing tonight, that's for sure.
What a job of keeping his eyes downfield when the pressure's all around
that
him.
Pocket collapsed, and he just scrambled right out of it. Hand off to Kester off tackle. There's some room there. And he's going to get it down to about the 17-yard line. Another
for 12 yards.
First down on the 12-yard gain by Kester.
As you were saying about Luke keeping his eyes downfield, that's a play by a mature quarterback, someone who's seen the field a lot, because most quarterbacks would take off and run in that situation, but he decided he was going to throw it.
23 carries, 172 yards unofficially for Kester. Now under 6 minutes to play. Trojans with it. First down and 10 at the 14. Handoff to Kester off tackle. And he gets it down to around the 10-yard line. We'll call it a gain of about 3 on the play.
And the clock's ticking.
It's ticking. What time does this drive start? 9:10?
9:10, yep.
So getting to almost the 4-minute mark on this drive?
A grinder. That's exactly what they needed out of this drive.
Especially if you come up with some points right here. What a just a final dagger in the back of Galena here.
Make it a 3-score game.
Nighty night.
Yeah.
Trojans try to put this one to bed here. Handoff again up to Kester. Fights through tackles. I thought he was done. And he fights his way into the end zone for the exclamation point. The cherry on top. Touchdown for Alex Kester. Trojans lead at 40-20.
And there he is with that electricity once again. Able to break through tacklers, and he didn't even get tackled. He ended up standing in the end zone, walking in. And it might be time for Turner to have someone go turn on the bus for him.
$183 yards on 25 carries, 3 touchdowns for Alex Kester. That is a night at the office, guys.
Yes, what a great game by Alex.
We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Well, Trojans got another long, time-consuming drive capped off by an 8-yard touchdown run by Alex Kester. That's his 4th touchdown of the night. And Jess, how about a drive summary on that one?
Yeah, Trojans ran about 4 minutes off the clock on 8 plays, 7 runs, a big pass to take the lead 41-20.
God, the big passes keeping the drive moving, keeping the clock running.
Drive-saving passes
Yeah.
by Luke Nigaman that time. He's been dealing tonight. Humble with the kickoff, a little blooper out to about the 35-yard line, quickly covered up by the Bulldogs. That was number 21, Tante Paul.
Down the ball.
And that's just showing the Trojan respect for the Bulldogs.
Turner,
there.
you keep the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, they don't want him touching it any more times than he's going to.
Once bitten, twice shy.
That's an adjustment, though. It's smart to get the ball out of his hands as much as you can.
Oh, yeah. Like, pretty much from the moment he ran that 95-yarder back, no more of that.
Now let's put 2 guys on Little and Key on Turner.
Quick hitter to the outside to Little, and he's undercut right there. Ethan Davidson with the first hit.
I think the main halftime adjustment, as we've been saying.
Kester helps Little up and gives him the tap on the helmet. Some respect there because
hard-fought game.
He's had a heck of a game as well.
Yeah, the main halftime adjustment's probably making someone else beat you. They've asked Galena if they can, and so far they haven't had an answer for it.
Gain of about 6 yards on that pass play. Sets up 2nd down and 4. From the Galena 42, now Turner rolls out, being pressured, buying some time with his feet, dancing around, and he's smothered down at the 35-yard line. First sack of the game by the Trojans.
And that's the first sack of the year by Aaron Dubrava, coming in off the bench, the reserves.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is our hit of the game.
And what a big time for it.
Your hit of the game is brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If your car takes a hit like Turner just took from Dubrava, then take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. A long pass over the top. Davidson there. Couldn't make the shoulder grab. But it'll bring up a 4th down and 12. And the last gasp here, you would think, for these Galena Bulldogs.
Yeah, that there again, they got Little double covered coming down. The defensive line's got Turner moving, throwing on the run, and he's just not been real accurate when his feet's moving.
And you saw all of those defensive linemen on that last play. The reason Dubrava got the sack was that he stayed home. He didn't chase him left and right. Let him come back to him and was right there to make the sack.
And it was one of our keys of the game was the numbers, and he's coming in off the bench and making that sack.
There's the punt from Turner, fielded by Kester, bobbles it, picks it up.
Crowd wanted a flag. Yeah.
This is a highly partisan crowd here on the near side. Girard crowd wanted a flag. They're not going to get it. No harm there. Defender Little was able to, I'm sorry, not Little, but Pauls was able to pull up on the play before delivering the big hit. Trojans will have it 1st down and 10 at their own 37-yard line. 3:25 to play, 4th quarter. Trojans leading at 41-20. A hard-fought game here against these Galena Bulldogs. You knew it was going to be a tough game coming in, and it has been. And a lot of that is due to Zane Turner and his legs. He's pretty much kept Galena in this ball game, and of course Tyler Little and his pass catching. Trojans have just been too much tonight. They're definitely the more physical team, and they certainly had the numbers tonight to bring against these Bulldogs.
Now there's Christian Taylor there, and we've talked about depth all night to keep. I know we've talked a lot about Alex Kester, but Adam Shireman, Christian Taylor, Ethan Davidson, Bo Harris, Luke Nigaman. The weapons are just, we just keep calling new names.
If I'm looking at his stat sheet correctly, the 7 different guys to have had the ball and had big plays.
Yeah. And we haven't even talked about Caleb Scales on the outside catching some nice plays.
Hand off again to Taylor. He's going to lose a yard on this one. He popped out of there with the ball. They just blew the whistle, blew it dead. I'm sure he's like, come on, guys. Let him get me down.
Yeah, Christian's a strong kid. He doesn't go down easily.
But the reason he pops out is because they blow the whistle and the Galena maybe quit stop.
Yeah, let go on it. Well, we've talked about it several times during this game. A lot of these Galena guys look pretty gassed out there because they've been going both ways tonight. And they've spent a lot of time on the defensive side of the ball.
Another hard count draws another penalty.
It's like they got number 77, Serrano, on that play to jump. And there's that discipline, and the penalty's coming back.
It's a shame we haven't been keeping track of penalty yards because there would be a lot of them for Galena tonight.
Trojans had their share of penalties themselves, but
yeah, they had a stretch there in the third quarter where they just
couldn't get out of their own way for a second.
Yeah, fortunately able to make up with a couple of big pass plays from Luke Nigaman to Caleb Scales. Nigaman back to pass again, going to throw it up, and it's incomplete. Intended for Scott Moore, the 6'4" sophomore tight end.
I don't think he trusted that pass from the start. Looked a little uncomfortable throwing that one.
21 for Galena.
Might be one of his first incompletion of the night.
Dante Paul, junior for Galena, he all but jumped that route.
That's why I think Luke made the smart play of throwing it way over his head.
Luke's not going to punt this one away. Got Jaden Norris in to do the punting duties for the Trojans. High snap. Norris able to leap up and get it. End over end punt. Going to be fielded by Turner, and he's run out of bounds right in front of the Galena bench at about the, we'll call it, 42-yard line.
Yeah, looked like they wanted to save Luke's leg. I don't think you want to risk anything, especially after a game he's had.
Well, if you got a sore hip, punting is probably not a fun experience.
Probably not the best.
He did have a real nice one earlier.
And Adam Sharman, the long snapper, he's used to snapping to 6'4" Luke Nigaman, and he's just snapped it to about 5'7" Jaden Norris.
That was a high snap for Norris. It would have been normal for Luke, but Turner back to pass. Has a man, guess who?
Shocker.
Thank you for not going out of bounds.
Outside. Goes down in bounds and gets up slowly. He's really been battling tonight.
If I'm Galena, I'm going to take this last minute and just try to get out of here healthy.
I would think so, yeah.
Well, apparently not. They got 4 wide receivers. Snap goes over Turner's head. And the ball's fallen on by number 61, Casey Hopkins.
A little bit of an exclamation point by Juan to
made sure he was down.
Add an actual elbow drop on him, yeah.
Glad we're not going 15 yards the other way there.
Yeah. I think he kind of hit the turf and bounced over him. It probably looked worse than it actually was. Maybe.
Well, final 30 seconds here. Game got a little chippy, got a little ugly at times, but overall, man.
Well, yeah, when it was the third quarter and everything was on the line, and it was everybody kind of emotions took over there for a brief moment. Hand off and drilled at the 34-yard line was Walls. And that's going to do it, I do believe. Trojans come out of here with a good win, a convincing win, 41-20. Closer than it looked. Felt closer for a while. I don't know about you guys, but Trojans improved to 3-0. Galena falls to 1-2 on the season. And that's a pretty good 1-2 football team, guys.
Yes, is that a good 1-2?
But, you know, they proved to be the better team in the fourth and third quarter, and football is a 4-quarter game. You got to do it all 4, and if you don't, well, you see the result.
And the Trojans, I mean, it's not like they did anything different. They came out and did the same thing in the first quarter that they did in the fourth quarter. Long, time-consuming drives, and finally it just ground down these Galena Bulldogs, and the Trojans are 3-0.
Yep, and offensively, looking as sharp as they did when they was 10-1 last year.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. Trojans win at 41-20. You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans come out on top tonight over the Galena Bulldogs, 41-20. And a game where the Trojan offense was just relentless and put up some crazy stats. We do want to let you know that this post-game show is brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Guys, if you're Coach Philpott, you got to be real happy with your team's offensive efficiency tonight. Alex Kester, I mean, taking a look at some of these stats, 25 carries, 183 yards, 4 touchdowns. Okay, so you ran the ball pretty good. If you're a Trojan fan, you're used to the Trojans running the ball pretty effectively. Here's another stat. Luke Nigaman passing the ball tonight, 7 of 8 for 149 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's college numbers. That's NFL numbers or Texas high school numbers. I don't know, whatever you want to call them, but a great night passing the ball for Luke. He was dealing it all over the field, hit several different receivers, just looked really good throwing the ball. And then, of course, on top of that, 4 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown running the ball for Nigaman as well. What more do you ask from your offense if you're the Trojans?
Yeah, what a well-oiled machine. And I'll give you a couple numbers here, Josh. The Bulldogs ran 35 total plays for the game. Girard ran 35 plays in the first half. They finished the game running 62 offensive plays.
Man, oh, man. And that's those just long drives. I mean, how many times did Trojans take over inside their own 20-yard line?
Yeah, almost every time.
And just drove the length of the field and scored. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think I've seen an offensive output like that from Girard in all my years of watching this team.
Yeah, Girard went 14 plays, 7 plays, turn around and go 10 plays. And then, of course, they had a couple 3-and-outs, and then in the second half they come out with 6 plays, a 10-play drive, another 7-play drive. They just put it together and took time off the clock and just, we talk about the body blows in boxing. That's just one after the other, and eventually it was just more than Galena could handle.
And the Trojans come out with that big 41-20 victory, and Galena tried to match it with some big plays from Zane Turner, and he finishes the game with 12 carries for 120 yards. One of those a 56-yard touchdown. He also had a 95-yard kickoff return and a passing touchdown, I believe, as well. What am I looking at here? Nope, I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns, and then he had that 2-point conversion pass to Little, and but just wasn't enough to match up with that offensive production from the Trojans. And we're going to have Coach Philpott here in just a minute. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Family owned and operated, G&B Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&B Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&B Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Right now we're joined by head coach Neil Philpott. The post-game coach interview brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, Coach, first off, congratulations on the quality win tonight over a good Galena squad. And, man, you got to be happy with the consistent production your offense got all night long.
Yeah, it was, we were able to get a ground game established there a little bit, and they did some things that caused some problems at times, but our kids handled it really well as far as the things we talked about this week with some things they can do with their fronts, and I thought our kids did a tremendous job of recognizing the fronts and applying what they know and being able to get positive yards for most of the night. We didn't have too many negative plays. We had a lot of penalties, which we got to clean up, and we can't shoot ourselves in the foot like that. So, it was when we threw the ball, we were effective, and they were kind of packing the box on us, and so you pick your shots and you take them, and you got to be able to convert them, and we did tonight. That helps everything kind of unfold.
Well, we saw it late last week in the game, and and Luke got a little bit dinged up, and we knew he was hurting a little bit coming into this one. But, man, 7 of 8 passing, 149 yards, unofficially, of course, with a touchdown. He was dealing it tonight pretty well for you guys.
Yeah, he's throwing a nice ball. He's kind of the idea was to kind of get him going a little bit earlier, throwing it just a little bit so he get in kind of a rhythm. But Murph told me I couldn't do that, so we were able to get him established a little bit, and then he had a nice deep post there in the middle, and that was a pretty ball, great catch by Scales, and we were able to kind of balance that out, and if he can be that efficient when we throw the ball, those good things will happen.
And then running the ball, you guys controlled the line of scrimmage up front. We've already talked about the line play a little bit, but Alex Kester carrying the rock tonight, unofficially again, have him at 25 carries, 183 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and take that out of your tailback.
That's a big night. We've tried to get him in there and spell him some a little bit. He's had a pretty good workload so far in the first 3 games here. He's got a knack for it. He runs hard. He sees where kind of feels it up inside there a little bit pretty good, and does a nice job of making the cuts and then runs hard in the second level. And I thought our offensive line did a tremendous job for him though tonight, and our A's and Z's on the inside of some of the stuff we do with those guys. They a lot of times they're at a size disadvantage, and all of us are mostly size disadvantage in that regard. But tell our kids they got to play hard and play with leverage and play with their technique. And we've got a group that's doing that right now pretty well.
And your defense tonight, other than giving up a couple of big plays to Zane Turner, and I mean, there's going to be lots of teams that give up big plays to that guy this year. He's pretty shifty.
Yeah.
You seem like your defense was pretty disciplined and took care of business tonight when they had to.
Yeah, I thought there were some glaring plays in there that I'm sure we'll see on film that I think our eyes were in the wrong spot and got caught looking at something else that we shouldn't have been. But overall, you give up one on a kickoff return, and that hurts you a little bit and makes you feel nervous about that. We didn't cover special teams great, but defensively they gave up some plays and then responded and didn't necessarily give up the touchdown. They made some plays there. They had a drive at the end of the first half that we stopped, and then it's one of those things that you just kind of have to reboot, reset, and talk to our kids about having a little grit when they come back. And if they give up a big play, it's not over. So just keep playing, keep fighting.
Well, it seems like on our schedule, all you got's familiar opponents. Last week, Colgan. This week, Galena. Next week, Frontenac. And they're a team that's kind of rebuilding a little bit this year. They lost a lot of guys to graduation. And I know you probably haven't had a chance to watch any tape on them yet. But what do you expect coming out next week against Frontenac?
I've actually seen a little bit from their Colgan game when we watched Colgan. I think they'll be getting better. They're a team that I know they're well coached and that they are young a little bit, but they're going to get better each week. And so, they've got some nice players still. They got some dangerous people that know how to play and know how to win. So we've got to come back to work next week and prepare ourselves to give ourselves a chance to be 1-0. And they will be good. They will be a very talented team, I think, as far as some of their skilled kids go, and they are going to get better each week. So. You can't rest on those guys, so we will be prepared for that.
All right, that's head coach Neil Philpott of the Girard Trojans. Coach, congratulations, big win tonight here against Galena. Go enjoy it, and we'll see you next week on the road in Frontenac.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Coach Neil Philpott of the Girard Trojans. They improved to 3-0 on the year with the 41-20 win over the Galena Bulldogs. Galena falls to 1-2 on the season, and that is a pretty darn good 1-2 football team over there in Galena. So Trojans going to have their work cut out for them next week against Frontenac. We'll take our final break of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. We'll be back with some final thoughts. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here for one final time to Frank Jameson Field and Girard. Trojans big win tonight, 41-20 over the Galena Bulldogs. They improved to 3-0 on the season. They'll travel to Frontenac next week, just right down the road here in Crawford County. Take on the Frontenac Raiders, and they're taking on Bishop Ward in Kansas City right now. And Jess, have you gotten any sort of update on that?
I did not get any update
from
on
Frontenac,
that.
because as I have heard some scuttlebutt,
Yeah.
not official, but heard that Frontenac came back and kind of making a game out of that one up there in the KC Metro, and I hope they are. I hope they're representing Southeast Kansas.
The last report I got, Frontenac did take a 12-10 lead at the end of the third quarter, but that was as far.
Hopefully they can pull that one out and make a more intriguing matchup next Friday night over there in Frontenac. So you can grab yourself a Palooka sausage and head over there and check that one out. And if you can't make it, of course, tune in here on Girard Sports Live. We'll have all the action for you. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7 next Friday night. Trojans taking on the Frontenac Raiders. But for tonight, we got to name our player of the game, and I think it's just kind of pretty much a no-brainer, Jess. Kind of got to give it to the guy who's got 183 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns.
Yep, number 12, Alex Kester. What a performance he showed tonight.
Yep, our player of the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Best players in the car and truck business are Nate and Eddie at Evans Motors. Let them find you the car, truck, van, or SUV that's right for you and your family. Visit them at the intersection of 69-400 Highway south of Pittsburgh, or see their online showroom at evansmotors.net. That's going to do it for us here from Frank Jameson Field. For Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us tonight. You've been watching Trojan Sports on Girard Sports Live.
You've been watching Trojan Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrex Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter. Thanks for watching, and don't miss us next time right here on Girard Sports Live.